We are welcoming today Darla K. Anderson, producer of the next Disney Pixar's animated feature, Coco, co-realized by Adrian Molina. This is a pleasure to have both of you guys with us here on the Annecy International Animation Film Festival.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, we're very excited.
Yeah.
How do you feel today?
Very excited.
Yeah. This has been great. We've got to share a little bit of our film with the audience, and they've just been super warm, super lovely. Annecy is beautiful. I've never been here, and yeah, enjoying every second of it.
Okay. Darla, we'll start with you. You are the producer of Coco, that we are expecting for the end of the year. You're also the producer of Toy Story 3, Cars, Monsters, Inc., and A Bug's Life. We are glad to welcome you for the very first time in Annecy, but where were you all these years?
I know. I was making all these movies. I don't know why. I've always wanted to come here, so when we got the opportunity to bring Coco here, I was so excited.
Okay.
It's much better. It's so beautiful. It's even more exciting than I dreamed of.
So maybe that was a good idea to wait a little
to
come here.
The build-up was worth it.
You started to work at Pixar's in 1993.
That's right.
And then produced giant successes of the animation industry. But how and when did you get animated for the first time? What's your animation genesis?
How did I get excited about animation to begin with? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, for example.
When I first saw, I think when I first saw Luxo Jr., I got very excited about computer animation. And I really, when I very first saw the short films from Pixar, I wanted to be at Pixar right away. And I wanted to be a part of Toy Story.
Okay. Adrian, you started in 2007, and as an animation artist on Ratatouille, very French movie, where we are now welcoming you as the co-director of this year's big release. Not too bad for a 10th anniversary, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's been a crazy trip, but each film that I've gotten to work on, I've kind of gained more skills and more knowledge and more confidence, and this is a project that I'm so in love with that you know, every day that I go into work and get to work on Coco, it's amazing. It's kind of the culmination of all these experiences.
Okay, so this is some kind of dream come true, being in Annecy, or?
Oh yes, of course. Yeah. I've ever since I was at CalArts, we would always see all the shorts to come out of Annecy and all the excitement, and we would talk with each other like, oh, I would love to go. That would be so amazing to go to Annecy. So to have the opportunity right now, it's more than 10 years in the making. It's since I was in college, I've been super into Annecy.
Okay.
I thought Toy Story 3 was your first film.
No.
Ratatouille.
I did the animation on the end credits right before I started on Toy Story 3.
Getting to know you.
You're just driving me to the next question, Darla.
Oh.
Can you recall your first encounter with Adrian?
He was an intern, and he and another artist came in on Toy Story 3, and my recollection was, this could be wrong, but my memory was we were brainstorming about Bonnie's toys. And is that true? Bonnie's toys?
Probably.
It's like Bonnie's toys. We had, you and Eric were brainstorming on that. But what Adrian ended up storyboarding for the movie was the scene in Toy Story 3 where Woody has to figure out how to escape from the daycare center. And so he, as a very young storyboard artist, figured out all the entertaining machinations of how Woody got out of the daycare center. And my personal, and probably everybody's personal moment that came from the storyboards of this very young artist was the moment when Woody pulled out the piece of toilet paper and put it on the seat. I thought that was such a genius detail. It was like such a character moment. And that came from him, and I thought, wow, I was very impressed. It's those little moments.
I always like to draw from life when I'm storyboarding.
And you, Adrian, is that really the same memories as your first encounter with Darla?
Yeah, I think that was. I knew Darla and Lee just from having watched all the DVD extras, I was a super Pixar nerd. I didn't want them to know that. I was trying to play it cool. So like the moment I walked in the door, I was like, oh my gosh, there's Darla and Lee. But I remember that being a moment where kind of Darla's face and Lee's face kind of lit up just from the humor of it. And that's, when you're a storyteller and you're a story artist, what you really want to do is you want to connect with an audience and make someone laugh and make someone feel something. So to be able to do that for, you know, a director and a producer who I've been super all about like that, I remember that pretty vividly.
Darla, you have something that very few persons in the world have. Every little kid in the world would die for it. You have your own character in Finding Nemo. Can you tell a little more about this to us?
Andrew Stanton is secretly in love with me. That is the... And so you know how in elementary school when the boys that are in love with the girls pull on their pigtail or their ponytails? No, Andrew and I have always been like brother and sister and always teased each other a lot. And so when we were making A Bug's Life, every week or every month we would do practical jokes on each other. And so when he started on Finding Nemo, probably one of the later screenings down at Disney, they threw that up there as a practical joke, which was very funny. And then Brad Bird convinced me I'm like, I don't know. Brad Bird's like, come on, it's great, keep it in the movie. So that's.
And this is a pigtailed Darla in the movie.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
The fish killer.
No, she's not a fish killer. No. Here's the thing. Darla loves those fish to death.
That's a bit different indeed.
She loves them. She's very enthusiastic about those fish.
Adrian, as a young director, what would be your advice for the young generation here in Annecy, which is studying and working on your tracks?
Yeah, I would say definitely just be really thoughtful about the stories that you want to tell. For me, a lot of the places where I've felt like I've been successful and found a way to communicate with an audience is just going back to my life stories, going back to the things that make me laugh, going back to the ideas of, oh, these are the films that I wanted to watch growing up. These are the films that I would have loved to have made. Using all that stuff that inspires you and put that into the work every day. And it's hard work sometimes because it goes day after day after day and you have to keep on going back to that well for inspiration. But just find the thing that inspires you, embrace it no matter what it is, and put the work in. And that's worked for me, and it would be the advice that I would give any student or anyone interested in animation.
Okay, thanks for them. A last question for you both. When you will be back to California or elsewhere, to your beloved ones, which words will you pick to describe Annecy and its festival?
The people are beautiful, the locale is beautiful, and we have a lot of the movie to get done right now, and so when we come back to our team, I'm going to try to relay the enthusiasm for this movie so that they're inspired to keep making this film as great as it can be.
Yeah, I would just say, yeah, like everything I've experienced, it's just been a love of animation. And as someone who loves animation, that's such a good feeling and such a good community to just be dropped in on. So yeah, just beautiful city and a wonderful festival.
Thank you very much, and we really hope to see you every year from now in Annecy
Yes.
Festival.
I would love that.
Yes,
Yes,
we will be
please.
here.